G'day guys, welcome to my RXY's feature video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL's Round 12's recap preview for 2022 guys. Let's get started. So starting off with that first game of that match, we see the Storm going up against the Manly Seagulls. That's right, the Manly Seagulls. This one was absolutely good cracker of a match. The Storm were in a really good fight. This one was an absolute good effort by the Melbourne Storm. 28 points to 8, average scoreline that was. Usually the Storm put on a lot of points, but since it is Manly, they are a really good team. They have proven a little bit better, the Manly Seagulls have, but yeah. It's been a lot of effort by this team, this club, and this effort by them. Well, did I see some effort? The Manly Seagulls need to improve though, so I just need to think that Manly Seagulls, since the State of Origin is coming obviously soon, very soon, they'll be missing a couple of players out of that side of that squad due to the Origin duty that they're going to play for the first game. So that's why obviously for the Melbourne Storm also too, you are missing a couple of players, and obviously for the next game for that round anyway, so it is going to be a bit hard for the 4 games anyway, so yeah, not a lot of tough breaks, but that's what you can do, and that's what it is, and it is what it is. So no, but this match was absolutely very tight, very hard, very average, but Melbourne Storm, at least they got the job done. 28 points to 8, average scoreline that was, and obviously the match that really played very well was obviously Jerome Hughes. He played a really good game. Also Cameron Munster, he played a really good matchup also too. Obviously still no Ryan Papenhuyzen that sees Nick Meaney going into that number 1 side of that team, so yeah, it was pretty much a very tight game anyway, so yeah, very close matchup, so yeah. Luckily, the Melbourne Storm won that game by obviously a couple of points, but yeah, 28 points to 8, that scoreline was. The next game of that match, we see the Panthers going up against the Cowboys. That's right, the Cowboys. Now, this one was absolutely a very good matchup. The Cowboys didn't really make a really good effort, unfortunately. It was pretty hard for them because they didn't really make an effort at all. They were playing very soft and not really executing very well, so yeah, it was obviously very hard, but it was just an absolute very tough team that was obviously going to get up against the Panthers. The Panthers are a very tough team to obviously beat, but the Cowboys, they were putting up a very good fight, but unfortunately you guys didn't put on any points, and unfortunately you guys didn't win, so it was obviously disappointing to see the Cowboys obviously losing that game against the Panthers. I would have thought the Cowboys would have had a really good effort, obviously scoring a couple of tries, but that didn't happen at all. It was obviously 22-0, and obviously like 4 tries going into that side, so yeah, it was obviously a very good team, the Panthers was. So obviously a couple of the YouTubers were there, so obviously Nick from Australia, Sam Revel, Entertain House, you also got Pro Enzo Vids. Go and check them out, they obviously are YouTubers. I was obviously there to meet them, but yeah, this one was a very tough team to also get beaten by, because the Panthers are a very good side, and obviously they were a very tough squad to obviously get beaten, so yeah, the Panthers were a really good team. So I did a vlog down there also too with Entertainer, so go and check it out. It is up on YouTube, so go and check it out. Obviously I will be doing more, I'll be trying to do more vlogs very soon, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, yeah, 22-0, very good scoreline by the Panthers to get a really good win, and yeah, unfortunately disappointing for the Cowboys not to get a win, and no tries from them anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Broncos going up against the Titans. That's right, the Titans. This one was a very tough game. This one was a very close one, as I did predict the Broncos to obviously get a really good win, and they obviously did by a couple of points, and this one was a very tight game, very tight matchup. Obviously, big brother versus the little brother, Broncos and the Titans. That's what I'm saying about that. That's why I'm manipulating it, but giving it a go. So yeah, This one was a very tough game, and obviously very close, and it was a very tough side for the Broncos to obviously put a lot of points on. So I just cannot believe Tyson Gamble did kick that field goal to make it 35-24 in that matchup. So I do rate him. He's a very good player also too. So yeah, he is. And also Selwyn Cobbo, he played a really good matchup. Obviously Corey Oates was there, so he did play a really good game. Katoni Staggs, he played a really good matchup also too. So yeah, a couple of those boys that really stepped up and made an effort and really potentially got a really good win. But for the Titans, obviously I was thinking that if the Titans made a really good win, they obviously would have, but fortunately you guys didn't. That was pretty disappointing, and obviously for Jared Wallace dropping that ball and for the Broncos to obviously pick it up and scoring a try, obviously it was Jared Wallace's fault anyway. So it was pretty much it was made by him, and basically Jared Wallace did cost the Titans the game anyway. So yeah, the Broncos obviously won by a couple of points, and yeah, if it wasn't for him, things didn't go their way. So very good win by the Broncos, and very good win for the club anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Warriors going up against the Knights. That's right, the Knights. So this one is a very tough game. This was the Warriors aren't a very good team at the moment. They've just played soft, and they didn't really make an effort at all. And they're not a team that really can stand up and fight for their hardest. And they're just a difficult team to really go against by. But they can make an effort, yeah, but not really at the moment. But obviously the Knights, you guys only just made an effort. They played a really good matchup. The Knights played a really good game. Well done from them. Obviously 24-16, very close game this was. This one was a really good effort by the Knights to obviously get a really good win, and I was predicting that upset to basically happen anyway. So obviously I was tipping the Warriors, but unfortunately the Knights did win only by a try, the winning try to make it that scoreline anyway. So hopefully that one was a very good matchup, which obviously was, but I didn't really rate it as a very entertaining game. So it was a very good matchup, but I don't really rate it at all. It was just an absolute epic game by the Warriors that tried their hardest, but unfortunately you guys just lost in that game. So yeah, what can you do really? It wasn't a very good game, and yeah, what can you do? It's just Knights played a very good game, and for Edric Lee scoring a try, he's obviously a really good player that came from the New South Wales club. He did play for the New South Wales Cup a couple of times just to readjust his effort to obviously be into that NRL, obviously the first grade side anyway. So he's a very good player. I really rate him as a really good winger for the Newcastle Knights anyway. But at least the Newcastle Knights did win and obviously made an effort for the first time. Hopefully that was in a while, so they really made an absolute effort by the Newcastle Knights to just make a win 24-16 in that match. The next game of that match, we said Rabbitohs going up against the West Tigers. Now this one was an absolute fight. This one was an absolute crazy game. Wow, did I see it. Wow, did I watch it. Excuse me. This one was a very, very tough game. I was thinking that if the West Tigers were going to win in that game, which the first half they played their hardest, they played with their heart, and they played with absolute toughness, which that obviously bring that team to obviously victory, if I presume. But the Rabbitohs, the first half they played sloppy. In the second half, they came back and made a very big win. 44 points to 18. This one was a very, very, very big game and a very huge comeback, which I didn't think that was going to happen at all. Because usually the Rabbitohs did play a very good match. Like, obviously, do play a very good match in the season. But since they made a very good win, you guys are the pro heroes. You guys made a very good effort. And congratulations on Alex Johnston. He made 4 tries, and yeah, running meters was absolutely brilliant. So congratulations on him. He was my man of the match in that game. Played an absolute epic game, and well done from him. He's a very good player and a very good bloke. So yeah. But for the West Tigers, unfortunately, you guys played a very good effort in the first half, but I don't really have much to say for them in the second half because basically the West Tigers didn't play a very good effort at the moment, and they were just letting the Rabbitohs for them to obviously get the tries in. So yeah, nothing really much to say about that. The next game of that match, we see the Sharks going up against the Roosters. That's right, the Roosters. This one was an absolute very good game, and now the Sharks, sorry. The Sharks played a very good match. They played well, but unfortunately, though, with William Kennedy still in that side for that team that played in that game for number 1 for fullback, he was a bit disappointing for me because I just cannot believe how the Roosters came back and made it a very good win. Because at the moment, though, the Roosters, last week, since I saw that sports bet, they were $2. And then you had the Sharks on $1.80. And that was a very tight price for this game to happen. And very much so, the Sharks played a very good game. And I just cannot believe how they really suffered through a very big win for the Roosters to thrash the Sharks in that game. Wow, did the Roosters play a very good game. Luke Keary played a very good match. So did Drew Hutchinson. Oh wait, no, not Drew Hutchinson. Connor Watson obviously played in that number 14 jersey in that side. He played a very good game. Obviously, Nico Hines, he didn't play a very good matchup for the Sharks, but he did try his hardest, and very disappointing for him. And he would have been gutted that he didn't make a win for the club and for his team. So yeah, it was very time consuming. But yeah, 36-16, that game was a very good win by the Roosters. The next game of that match, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Dragons. Now, this one is a very good game by the Dragons. They made a very good effort in the first half. But for the Bulldogs, now, this team needs to aim up their game. This team needs to grow, because if you don't grow, you're not going to make an effort in the season. And that's right, you're not going to make an effort in the season, because that's how you're not going to improve. That's how you're not going to improve in the season. And that's why they need to aim up their form, and that's why they need to aim up in their season. Because at the moment, the Bulldogs aren't doing very well, and they're struggling so bad. So I just have to say, I feel so sorry for the Bulldogs, because you guys are a very good team, but unfortunately, they're not making a very good effort. And Matt Duffy is just not a very good player at the moment, and obviously he's just not a very good player for the team. And yeah, don't really have much to say about the Bulldogs. But for the Dragons, first half you guys played brilliant. Second half, the Bulldogs came back and obviously made it 4 tries for them. And then obviously a couple of tries more for the Dragons. But then the scoreline was obviously 34-24 in that game. Very close matchup. And I didn't expect for the Bulldogs to only, basically the Dragons to only win. But I just didn't think that you guys were going to win the Dragons, but I reckon the Bulldogs were going to win, but fortunately they didn't, and they very much played their heart out, but fortunately they didn't make a very good effort. So, yeah, this one was a very tough game, but yeah, I didn't really rate it at all. And well done from the Dragons for making a really good win against the Bulldogs, 34-24. And finally, the next game of that match, we see the Raiders going up against the Parramatta Eels. This one, wow, 28-20 win against the Raiders. Wow, did I see some effort? Did I see some form? The Raiders were on their form, but without Jared Cregar and obviously the last very minute, you guys unfortunately didn't make a very good effort. They were trying their heart out, I obviously understand that, but for them making their best, they obviously just lost in that game by 8 points. And this one, for them, they need to aim up their form. And for Jamal Fogarty, he did play a really good game, but I just don't really rate him as a player. He's a very overrated player. It just doesn't really suit me at all, but the Raiders are a really good team, but they just need to pull their socks up and play their heart out and play there with their form, and at the moment they're not. But anyway, the Parramatta Eels, wow, did I see some effort? Did I see some form? Did I see some energy, speed, attack, defence, or you name it? The Parramatta Eels played a very good game. Dylan Brown was my man of the match. He was just absolutely spectacular. Wow. I just didn't think that he would have not played a very good game. But without him, the Parramatta Eels would have gone like that. So, anyway, this one was a very good matchup, and well done from the Parramatta Eels for making a really good win against the Raiders, 28-20 in that match. Thanks so much for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. We'll be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, we're doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care, guys. Stay safe and have a good one. Plus, let's get up to 300 subscribers, sitting on 254 anyway. So let's get up to that. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.